G'day everyone, welcome in to round 2 of Super 2 here at Hidden Valley. Got a couple of things going on. Bit of a new screen for you to look at. We'll be with you soon. We'll let some practice play out. Briefing will be shortly, but we'll let practice play out and we'll be with you soon for the start of the race, or start of qualifying. Oh, g'day Castle. How are you, champion? Get champed, by the way. Yes, I did just champ you. welcome in everyone. Here we are for Super 2 qualifying here at Hidden Valley. Joining me tonight I've got James Delaney, who races in our main grid, co-commentating maybe later. Hey, you're welcome, man. Anytime. You certainly made it a lot more fun than doing it on my own like we had the week before. We might have Chris Munro and Zach O'Reilly joining us a bit later. We'll see how they go, but no guarantees at this point, unfortunately.
That's right. We've got the A team here tonight, so
the A team.
That's all that matters.
Probably two of, I was going to say, between you and I, we probably make up the longest standing members of AK that are still here at the moment, I believe. Some of, at least.
Yeah, except I've had some spells, not a continuous, all through the years, but was here from the start, so it's good to see how much it's grown, and now, we got more races than ever.
Yeah, I know, it's fantastic to see. I remember joining and starting off in Super 2 myself, and I think we maybe had 12 guys, maybe 15 on the grid for the most part. So seeing these 20-car grids is amazing.
And it seems like they're pretty competitive. Like, times look like pretty close in practice. So hopefully the times are even closer in qualifying to have some good racing.
That's it.
It is a bit harder this track than Eastern Creek with the battling, so might see a bit more contact and some spills and runoffs and stuff like that, so a bit more entertaining for the audience tonight. So
can only hope. Last week was an absolute showcase. As we get guys starting to pump times in, we're looking at a couple of 107.5s at the moment, people just putting their bankers in. A few more about to cross the line.
Yeah, by the practice sessions, it looks like they were looking at, say, 106 flat. If anyone can get into the high 105s, they're going to be almost pretty set on pole, but we'll see how they go and see what the track's like for qualifying.
Those guys will definitely be barking up the tree of the main grid guys in no time.
Yeah, definitely.
HPM,
they've
welcome
been
in.
Laps together and getting a bit more consistent, a bit more feel for the cars, and they're starting to work out how the car works with the setups, so they'll be up there soon enough.
That intro is indeed fantastic. I actually don't have the name of the person that made it for us. One of our other admin staff found someone to make it for us, but they've done a fantastic job. We had a couple of guys getting a little bit turned around here and there.
They have to realise it's qualifying. There's no point of punting them out of the way yet.
No, that's it. I mean, and if you do, you're just going to get a smack on the arse later for it.
That's it. There's no point of bumping them running here.
No, definitely not. It's looking like there's still a reasonable bit of space out on track too, which is good to see. I know the main grid guys really struggled for space on track. They had a hard time finding a spot. Like, how was it in quali? From what I could see, there were just no gaps anywhere.
You had to kind of time it right over on the first run. Obviously, going out of the pits with everyone, it was a kind of a bit of chaotic. So you kind of just want to get a little lap in there to kind of get yourself set up for your last run, and then some people do 2 or 3 laps, some people only do 1, and that way they can kind of get out, and then by the time they get towards the end of their fuel run, everyone's kind of just starting to come out of the pits, so tractor themselves essentially for that lap. Which, all you want is a track to yourself so you can get that lap down without anyone in front of you.
That's it. Then again, you get what's going on here with Shipley having a draft down the main straight from Parky. It's going to have a hell of a lot more speed coming into turn 1.
But then he's got another car right in front of him, so not the best time to use that.
Back to where we were.
They'll start as the season goes on. We'll notice they'll start realizing how to place their car in qualifying and more to
Yeah,
have more room. So they'll learn. It's only their second round, so
that's
they'll
it.
get up there.
That's exactly right. More time in the seat's always good.
At the moment, we've got Hughes out the front with the 106.2 and Sharp right behind him. So they're pretty close at the moment by the looks of it. So
Looks it. Yeah, we'll see what you're looking at. You've got Hughes and Sharp going basically 1 and 2 together, but 2 and 1 together.
are they going to have enough of each other in the race? I think so. I don't think they need to be this close to each other.
Taste of things to come, you say?
I'd say so, at least for the first race, I'd say. And then I think it's reverse grid from the top 10, is it, for the second race?
Yep, that's it.
Yeah, so they're going to have a lot of time with each other tonight if they qualify the way they are at the moment.
Oh. That sends him around. We'll see what's up with Denzel Taylor. See what he's going on. Now, I know Denz has basically had to run in the door and jump in his rig. He was out and about today, showing off his car. His car in real life.
I was going to say that car, I'd still be showing that off because I still reckon that is one of the best skins on the grid, to be honest.
It's such a cool livery, yeah.
There is some good skins in this Super 2 series. I don't mind some of them. I wish I picked them instead of them.
Yeah. Definitely gives them all a chance to be to throw their creativity in the ring as well, not just their driving.
Yeah, that's definitely something that takes a bit of skill, getting those skins looking flash, and some people go over and beyond for them, and some other people just obviously use some of the design, like skins already done by the group that's Kevin and Cars, so...
Yeah, that's it. And there's nothing wrong with using a stock skin at all. But they look good anyway, so... I remember my hand at doing a skin, and whilst it was funny, it was certainly slapped together and looked shit house.
Oh, don't worry, I've given it a go as well, and I got frustrated halfway through it, so I didn't complete mine. And if anyone asks, they're not seeing that skin. Got a little battle here on your screen at the moment, by the looks of it.
Looks like it, yeah. We got Cameron Smith and Denzel Taylor jostling for position on track.
Hopefully these boys have had some pit lane entrance as well, because it's going to be a bit chaotic if they're having some battles and they pull into the pits without warning anyone. So
yeah, definitely.
That's going to be a bit of fun to watch.
Got a couple of guys that weren't with us last week, Matt Belton being one of them. He's so new he doesn't even have a livery. Speaking of liveries.
Yeah, if anyone has any sponsorship for him, just hit us up and we'll send it on to him.
I know
Maybe
he had
he
a
has to jump on
skin
penalty.
out. Yeah. See if Scowen can give him a livery as well.
Oh, just more sort of the fortnightly payments for him, so he gets some payments in.
Oh, yeah. You can pay someone to do up a livery. I know we definitely had a livery assigned to him, but it might not be in the pack. I've definitely downloaded the pack. So it might not be in it. Or maybe it is, and I have just done what I tell a lot of other people off for and not looked at the announcement that the pack was out.
That's all right. There's always next week.
That's it.
And by the looks of it, Buller just let us know it's in the 1K skin, so
It's
we're
in the
probably down to
1K.
1.
Yeah. Oh no, I've been using the 1K skins. Maybe I do. Maybe I reckon I can do a sneaky download now and get it installed between quali and race. I reckon.
Yeah, we might have to try to do that so we can actually have some sponsorships out there.
Yeah. Can't remember. It might have been one of the Nissan car sales liveries he had. I could be wrong. Probably very wrong. Alright. So I'll let that download in the background for now.
Yeah, and while they're on their final run, by the looks of it, 30 seconds ago coming up, so everyone's going to get their laps in and see where they place, eh?
See where they come up, yeah. So at the moment, Joshua Hughes has got a nice commanding lead, 3/10 ahead of the rest in that Batman livery while he fights for position with two other guys on track. So,
yep, so I'd say this is it for him, though that's his time.
I'd say that's where he's going to end up. I think you're not wrong. Next in line, we've got Adam Taylor, who's also fighting for a bit of track space. Hard to know if he's going to improve.
On mine, Delta is a little bit off, so I'd say they've held him up on that lap.
All right, so, how about...
By the looks of it, the top four are staying the way they are unless anyone else is on the battle up.
All right, let's see what Jim Park can do. Good old Parky. Parky's been with us just about as long as I've been around, I reckon. But okay. Almost, anyway.
Looks like the let go car is about to let go up a bit further, I think.
Looking at Gillespie.
Yep. Jumped in second.
Jumps into second. Good on him. All right, Jim Park pulls it into pits. He's had enough. Byron's pulling into pits. I think Shipley's sitting on track doing nothing. And McDaniel comes across the line and improves enough for 15th. So that sorts out our qualifying. So
this is going to be an interesting race, I think, with Sharp. Yeah, I actually thought he was going to get pole on that one, so lucky I didn't place any bets on it.
True. Well, our top 10 for qualifying, we're looking at Joshua Hughes with Joe Gillespie in second place. Brody Sharp bringing up third to hold off that last spot on the podium. Dan Jankos in fourth, Adam Taylor in fifth, Jim Park coming up into sixth, Denzel Taylor in seventh, Zach Scowen in eighth, Cooper Shipley in ninth, and Chayton Byron up into that last spot in the top 10. We'll have a look at the standings as they are for the season. I'm going to need to very, very quickly grab some audio cues. So it's going to jump around a little bit as I do this on the fly.
And I'll just sit here.
So I need to do that, and then I need to do this because I didn't have it set up before. And now we have audio from us while we watch the standings currently go by on screen. Going to be a good lot of races tonight. The field has something together a bit more since the first round. True.
So we just
Alright, I'm not quite sure what's happening here. Our pole sitter is currently not at the front of the grid.
Yeah, I've just seen they've lost quality standings from something with the server.
Oh, okay. Server's up, server issues, lost comms with the server also, that's fantastic. Lost quality standings, drivers voted to race. Oh, that's good of them to vote to race. Rolling start, you say, Scooney. I mean, I suppose it would be doable, but more of a pain in the ass than it's probably worth trying to set up and do. Especially when you try and filter everyone through into their positions and all of that fun stuff. Don't have the standings. Yeah, that's also an issue.
Could they rewind on the stream and do it that way?
You could rewind on the stream and look back at it, but yeah, there's a lot of... It'd be a bit of a mess trying to set it up. Definitely doable, but for the sake of keeping things moving.
That's right. More entertaining for us and you guys at home.
Yeah, this is true. Certainly not to detract or take away from the efforts that the guys had and managed.
But, 20 seconds to race, so...
Yeah, here we go. Let's get into it for race one. So the lights start coming up. And we're on. Set up quali grid for race 2. We shouldn't need to. We should be pretty good in that regard. It's all set up so it should pull the data correctly, but let's see how this turns out through turn 1. I'll set us up for a better view very, very shortly. But at the moment it's looking alright for now.
I've got the standings on mine if you'd like to look.
That's right. I've just brought it up now. So Tyson McDaniel's dropped down the order a fair whack off that start, but everyone else seems to be holding on for dear life.
We'll see the top guys filter through as the race goes on, so it'll be a bit of entertaining with the passing and some of the battles they'll get involved in.
Yeah, that's it. Get rid of that. That's better.
Good that there's no safety cars on the grid this week, so that's a plus.
Yeah, after last week. Not wrong. As Belton throws it up into that top spot, Mr. No Livery. That is something I forgot to do between sessions. I didn't install the liveries.
Oh, someone dropping down the order by the looks of it.
Yep, there's a bit of damage going on.
Oh, yep. Yeah, there's been an accident at turn 1 on the exit.
Okay, you've got that up on your screen, do you?
Yep.
Let's have a look. You're not sharing your screen. There you are.
Yep.
Let's get that sorted out.
Mr. Faz looks like he's hit the jandle a bit too hard on the exit, and he's done a little bit of a spin.
Quite possible.
Someone did hit him. I'm just trying to find which car it was. It was... I'm not too sure. Oh, just the boost. The Luca hit him.
Yeah, okay.
But he was just kind of a passenger in that as Faz spun out.
These things certainly happen. Denzel Taylor's dropping down the order a bit too. Let's see what's going on there. If I can click on his name. Oh, we get a car around on the main straight.
Yep. Mr. Scullen. Not too sure what happened there, but he's definitely either hit someone on the way out of the last corner, or he just, yeah, he'd done a bit of too much journal at the same time.
A couple guys pulling into pits to sort out what ails them. Alright, so the camera's decided to show us what's happening behind Denzel Taylor, but there's nobody there. Cool.
So at the moment we've got Belton in the lead by almost 2 seconds.
He's certainly run off with it. Nolsey, you just got spun. Well, you should get back into the race and keep going, my guy. These things happen.
There's another 2 more races, so you got
That's
a lot of
it.
time to make up. So
As was mentioned in the race briefing, it's better to stick with it. You're not going to make points by leaving.
I know we're more entertaining than the race sometimes, but
Ultimately, at this point, I can't help you. Until I start looking at the incidents, which doesn't happen until well and truly after the race, I can't help you. But at the moment, it's looking like Jankos is trying to make a move on Cosmoricus. And he does so.
looks like Sharp's moving his way up. He's in 4th at the moment, and he's looking like he's going to try to go for Taylor in another half a lap or so, unless he gets a lot of straight line speed down here.
Well, he's certainly tucked in nicely. We haven't seen what Adam Taylor's like. He wasn't able to attend last round 1, so see if he can give Sharp a run for his money.
And it will be good to see Sharp actually trying to pass other cars. He had a pretty cruisy win last round, so
Yeah, he did. A little bit of a lock up.
oh,
Belton's
Belton.
come off. While he navigates through that middle bit of grass there, he gets himself back on track.
Yeah, well, I'll stick with Sharp at the moment. Sharp's all over Taylor.
He certainly looks like it. And if you're watching that, I'll flick over to Shipley so we can watch both at once.
Yeah, it looks like Sharp's going for.
He's definitely gonna do what he can to make that work.
Definitely looks like that car's got a bit of boost down the straight compared to Taylor's car, so
He's probably fiddled with his gearing just to get the most out of it. I was saying last week when you guys were racing that straight is in such an awkward area where you really got to fiddle with the gearing ratios to get the most out of it. Like, do you go for insane acceleration to try and pass someone earlier, or do you go for just getting that top speed in the right area?
see me personally, I had a car that was a rocket down the straight. So as you got to the end of the straight with the low wing and the gearing, it kind of paid off to kind of overtake people.
Yeah, nice.
But then with the higher wing, it would help through the middle part of the track. So it's depending what you're more comfortable with, I guess.
Yeah, you got to take the good with the bad and accept that your car might be quicker down the straight, but a bit more, a little bit taily through that middle sector. Mustangs are showing well this round. That they are. We've got 2 in the top 5, which is good to see. It's like Belton's dismissed Shipley quite comfortably. And now he moves on to try and get back past Cosmoricus.
I'm gonna let you say his last name most of the stream. I'm not gonna give it a go.
Let's just call him Bill. That's his first name.
Yep, we'll call him Bill.
Yep, we'll refer to him as Bill. That's easy. Oh, well, be hard pressed to fuck that up.
If you stuff Bill up, you've got a problem.
That's it.
It's like that thing you see, how do you spell Bill? If you don't know someone's name, you ask how to spell their name.
Ah, yeah, yep.
I think I seen on the radio they were saying, oh, they didn't know someone's name and it ended up being Pat. so he's like P-A-T.
Shit. So Belton throws it past Bill into turn 1 and makes that one work for him.
It looks like Sharp's going for the lead here, so he's catching the leader really quick.
He really is. We'll give him the limelight for a sec and see how he fares.
I'll jump on the Let's Go mobile so we can have both angles. And as I said it, he came off.
Ah. Sharp's having a look down the main straight behind Gillespie. Pulls up alongside him, just has that run. He's definitely got that gearing ratio I was talking about sorted.
He must be running a lot lower error. As he came out of the hairpin, that car does look a bit loose in the rear, but looks like it suits him pretty well. So
that's it, and that's something that I say to a lot of these guys when they're not real sure about the car or not real sure how to dial the setups in. It's find what works for you. Like, you might like the rear end to step out so you get that rotation happening. Not everyone likes that. Some guys definitely do though, and it works to their advantage.
and I think it also depends on the track. Every track's different. This track does definitely like to have grip in the rear to get around some of these corners. It doesn't look like Sharp cared about the grip in the rear.
No, he's
Away
not
he
worried
goes
about
in
it
that
at
rocket
all.
ship.
Yeah, it's it. Just send it, he reckons.
We'll have a look, see how quick he gets down the end of the straight. Yeah, they're hitting about 265, I'd say.
Yeah, I didn't quite have it up on screen.
See if anyone else is having some battles here.
My remote program has just shut itself. Alright, cool. I can fix that. Cool, that should be a bit better, and that's of course thrown it back to me. Let's see where the battles are at. We got a battle. Denzel's having a look at DeLuca in 10th spot. That's not Denzel. There it is.
Yeah, everyone's pretty spread out at the moment. Probably Shipley and
Jenkos.
We'll call him Bill, sorry. I forgot Bill.
Yeah, you get, what, 1.8 between those two. Jenkos is just dispatched of Gillespie. Oh, it looks like Gillespie's come off. At some point, he's definitely had two cars get past him. In the interim, Denzel's going to have a look at DeLuca down the main straight. Probably not quite close enough to make it work this lap, but pull a bit of time out of him at a bare minimum.
Well, by memory, he did qualify up the top somewhere, so he definitely had the speed to be up there, so...
Yeah, I believe he was in 7th. DeLuca ahead of him's got the super softs on, compared to the softs, but that just means that Dens can run longer, really. We're probably 11 laps. Last week, I know, guys, super softs was starting to definitely feel a bit average after 11 or 12 laps.
Oh, Shipley's off.
Yep.
Not too sure what happened there. I just saw him on the grass, so...
So now it's become a three-way battle with Faraz Naji. So Luke has managed to get up past him at some stage, but now all three of them are going to be fighting for it. I think looks like Denz is just kind of backing off a little bit. See if they make a mistake.
Sometimes that's a better option. Instead of getting your car involved in damage, you let the other two battle it out and see how good they battle with each other before you get involved.
That's it. Give you a better idea of how they work. Oh, and Naji spins it around, pops it in the wall.
Not the best place to end up either.
No. That's probably those super softs. Coming to terms with them. We got Wells in the Erebus Merc here, who's down in 16th. He's gotten out of the way for the leading lap traffic.
Yeah, I'm not too sure if this super soft option is going to be good for these guys here. I think the top, say, 6-7 guys will be good with it, but they're all on soft, so they're going to make it to the end easy.
Yeah.
But with this super soft, I don't know if that was the best option for them to go that way. So
no, I certainly wouldn't have bothered personally, knowing that you don't have to change tyres in these first two races. If you can make the softs last all 21 laps, which if you've practiced enough, you should be able to.
Yeah, as long as you don't lock up too much and you don't push the front right when you're through the corners, you should get away with it pretty easy, to be honest. Cicluna, mate, if you want to jump in, mate, more than welcome to come in and join the.
Come and have a chat. Yeah, why not? When you're ready, just jump into the normal general voice chat channel. I'll drag you in. You can come and talk some shit for a minute if you like.
Or all night, mate, if you got the time. We're happy to have anyone. Yeah, this looks like Sharp's got in the rhythm here. He's definitely been Mr. Consistent this season.
At the moment, it looks like the most, or the closest battle is this one going on right now. We've got a little bit of interest for Belton. Oh, Wells gets probably a little bit too close for comfort and throws himself on the grass there.
Yeah, I saw that on the corner on the stream. On the stream there, someone just had enough. I don't want to be a part of this battle anymore.
Some of these guys, they're still learning the car, and it's great to see that they're coming out and giving it a go anyway.
That's it. It's not something you can just arrive and drive for. You definitely need to put some laps in and get the practice in.
That's it.
And it all comes through time and consistent. The main thing they need to look out for is just being consistent. Don't need to push the car. Just be consistent with it, and then the time will just come natural.
That's exactly right. I remember someone asking in the V8 Setups channel not long ago. Oh, Denzel makes the move happen on DeLuca. Holds it wide for the time being. And it looks like he's made it stick.
Yeah, he definitely should have this. He's got the inside line. So
yeah, he's made that work. Nicely done.
I think he's been watching Cicluna from last race. I've seen him do a few,
couple of them
around the outside.
That's it.
It looks like there's going to be a battle for fourth as well, brewing here as well.
Yeah, Belton looks like he's having a look at Gillespie again. Gillespie's sort of been up and down throughout that top 5 or 6.
If you're in the top 5 of any race, that's
that's
my goal in any race anyway. So.
That's it. That's an achievement in and of itself. I mean, you can get me in a V8 racing, and I'll be stoked to come in the top 10.
Hey, I think the guys will be glad to have you in the race and see battling with you.
No, my days of racing are over. I'll just organise the races. Belton is going for it. What? And they come together.
Oh, yep.
That's a shame.
Saw that coming.
It looked like it was gonna sort of work for a second there, but no, it didn't quite happen. But chalk it up as a learning experience and move on.
Someone reckons you should get a controller going.
Get a controller? Oh, I mean, when I was driving the safety car last season, that's what I was doing. And I got pretty decent at driving on a controller, but yeah,
I remember Kane season 1. Before he had a steering wheel and anything like that, he actually was using a controller.
No kidding.
Don't ask me how he did it, but he did it.
Alright, we've got a bit of a battle going on for 9th, actually, which we'll switch over and have a look at. We've got 4 cars piling into turn 1. Zari throws it in a little bit too heavy.
Looks like Sharp's had a little bit of an incident here.
Yeah, Sharp might have...
Jankos just got past him.
It's not letting me switch. There we go. Oh, okay. I think there's a bit of lap traffic going on. Yeah, Wells ahead. Who hopefully shifts out of the way.
It's definitely a hard track to let people pass.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of overtaking spots between the hairpin and the last corner, so...
On one hand, there's the rules that you've got to be respectful of and follow. On the other hand, it's exactly right. Like, you've got to have a spot to be able to pull over. I mean, realistically, right here is that spot. It looks like Sharp's going to capitalise as best he can, with Wells not giving space on track.
That was a bit awkward going into that.
Yeah, and Jankos has given him the hurry along. You should have been out of the way 15 corners ago. Treatment. And now their battle can resume.
It looks like they're both on soft, so they're going to be going right to the end with this. So
yeah, the last couple of laps here.
Looks like DeLuca as well has got Taylor, so with the super softs.
That is. I mean, if DeLuca's managed to make those super softs run for 19 laps, then call him man of the match. That's insane.
They won't be feeling too good, but he's definitely keeping the speed up to get him there.
That's it. Looks like Hughes is about to have a crack in at Shipley, possibly soon. He was pretty close.
Yeah, there's going to be a bit of a battle here.
Oh. Things getting a little bit wobbly back there. These guys are going to run into turn 1 side by side. Hughes is on supers. Should have a bit more grip.
I think Hughes is just trying to get to that 10th position so he's on pole for the next race.
Probably, yeah. What these guys need to realise is Bill ahead of them is actually a lap up on the two of them as well. So if they get past him, they've got to make the hurry up happen very quickly. Otherwise they have to give it back.
He might have been using those tyres a bit too hard. That car looks really loose. Looks like the leader's on the final lap as well.
That's right. We'll flick over and watch this battle play out for the final lap. As they come around turn 5 for the last time this run.
Sharp just has to stay on the back of him and get a good run down the straight. We've seen that car's a rocket ship down it, so if he can be close enough, he might get him before the line.
Be a mighty effort to do it, but if he plays his cards right and sets it up, make it happen. It's close, but I don't think it's going to be close enough.
He's definitely got it. He's a little bit quicker down that straight, but Dankers has won it. Congrats to him for the race win. Adam
Taylor for his first race with us. Chucks it on that bottom step of the podium.
Not a bad result. You can't complain about that on your first race. So
no, that's it.
He'd be proud of himself for that.
Firm handshakes and pats on the back all round.
Him for Belton, he's top 5 for his first race. Good to see.
Yep. Certainly see it translate with the practice put in.
And it might come down pretty close with Taylor and DeLuca. He's dropped off a lot of time.
Yeah. The super softs just aren't really agreeing with him. But it looks like there's Belton in between them, which he doesn't really need to be there. It is what it is.
The surprise, I think, is Park with 14th. He looks like he had a bit more speed in practice, so
yeah.
We'll see how he goes in the next race.
Oh, Parky, he's part of the furniture here. It looks like he's probably tried to stick it out on those supers. By the look of things.
Waiting for the last eye. I think everyone's crossed the line here.
Everyone has finished their race. I think McDaniel might still be out and about. No, he's pulled into pits. He just hasn't crossed the line yet. That's right. The server will flick over and do its thing shortly.
So we have Jankos in P1, Sharp in P2, and Taylor in P3. Congrats to all them for the podium.
Yeah, they did well. We'll have another look at the standings video for a moment while the server flicks itself over. But we certainly still have our mics running for it this time. So this just sort of runs through our current grid standings for both the V8 Supercars and the Super 2 based on who placed where after round 1. This should get updated after after both grids have run each round. So next week's video will have a new video for this. Think you nearly unlapped yourself? Good effort.
You're quiet on my end.
Yep. Hello, welcome back. We are now gearing up for race 2. We've had Cicluna, who races with Delaney, join us for commentary. How you going?
Doing very well. How about you?
Doing great. A little tired, but you get that on the big jobs.
It's a great night here. We're here with the A-Team and got Daniel in here, so we'll see
The A-Team
how this race 2 goes with quality driving.
30 seconds to go.
Yeah, I reckon this will be a fun race to watch.
There's a little bit going on in the last one. Hopefully we get a bit of a
There was
repeat.
definitely a lot of battles in the last race, so hopefully we get some good battles like we did last race. And
Actually, for those who were away, like I was just grabbing my dinner, but what? Actually, we'll get some lights.
Yeah, here we go.
And we are away and racing.
We even start by a lot of them. Smith seems to have a bit of a run. Sharp, sorry.
Oh god, they're going into 4 wide here, and
Yeah.
Shipley's just trying to run it wide. Oh, he's lost it, and so is Smith, and so is, I believe that's DeLuca has gone off as well. Oh, there's been a bit of contact, and Joshua Hughes gets turned around. Oh, wait, that wasn't Hughes. That was Jim Park. No.
he's actually taken a safety car out.
Cars everywhere.
What an absolute shame, especially for the guy that started on pole, Connor Shipley. Not sure what his actual name is, but Shipley, what a shame.
Looks like we've got another spin at the hairpin.
Oh, yeah, a
spin
couple
of the-
around there.
It's Najee, and I believe... Oh, Wells has gone back to the pits. Najee is... Ooh, that's a bit sketch. He's done a little bit of rallycross there.
Hopefully the car feels alright. He'll give it a little bit of a shake up and see how it is.
The Mustang's fine. Wait, it's all about. He'll be fine. But out in front, we have Denzel Taylor, the It Is What It Is man, with a big lead. 3.6 seconds to Cosmoricas.
He certainly
And
managed to just kind of grab on and run away with it, which is great. Although Sharp will give him a run for his money, yeah.
Here he goes. Oh, was there a little bit of contact there? Maybe, but I'll give Sharp the benefit of the doubt there, and sent Cosmoricas down to 5th, and this could become 6th if he gets a bad line out of here, but we'll see what happens. Ooh, Taylor's looking very, very tasty at the back there. He's looking for it. And Cosmoricas dives down the inside, covers that very well. How about that for a performance for Adam, for Taylor there? 3rd place on his debut. How good was that, boys?
Yeah, definitely a good achievement. And hey, you only can go up from there.
Oh, absolutely. Drove with a lot of maturity, just kept his nose clean, and yeah, just reaped the rewards.
Looks like he's going for a position. He's going for Cosmoricas. I like the way you say it better, Daniel. I think you say it a lot better.
But here he goes down the inside. Oh, there's Hughes going down the inside of Belton as well, and Taylor. It looks like Cosmoricas just saw him at the last second there, and he's kind of got shoved wide again out of turn 1. There's Fazzari off again.
Yeah, he's off. He done that in the first race as well, actually. So.
Oh, gave it a bit too much jandle, and yeah, spun up the tires a little bit too much, and yeah, not much you can do about that, man.
But it looks like Taylor's still out in the lead. Sharp is catching him slowly over every lap. So we'll see how that goes over the next couple of laps.
He does have a lap car to negotiate, though. It's Angus Wells, who looks like he's sidestepping. Maybe a little bit. Maybe he'll start to sidestep when he comes to the main straight. But here's a battle for the 17th.
Yeah, I just thought we'll give some of the back guys some airtime tonight. Byron, I know he's been putting a bit of time. We gave him a little bit of a hand again this week with the setup before the race, so hopefully he starts getting some bit more consistent and a bit more race flow to it.
Yeah, doing very well in the standings as well. I believe coming into this round, he's coming 6th in the standings, so he's not quite in the position where he'd want to be, but I'm sure he'll bounce back for the last race where it really counts. And Cosmoricus is in the pits. Oh, that's... I wonder what's happened to him. Maybe he got a bit of suspension damage, but hopefully we'll see him back later on.
Massive brake lock up, but at that turn 1 when he went wide, so he might have felt like he might as well go to change the tyre than give it a good crack with fresh tyres on.
Actually, we see here, we've got a big battle going on for 4th here. And Adam Taylor, oh, I didn't even see that. He's gone off. We're still going with a big battle here for 3rd place, I should see. Gillespie on Jenkos. Sizing him up there. He's a bit too far back to go for a lunge, but we'll see.
Looks like, oh yeah, Scowen's going for Shipley as well.
Oh, and that is a very, very nice move down the inside.
Scowen's fighting back here a little bit.
There's so much action going on, I don't know which screen to look at.
Thankfully enough, you can watch both of them on the stream.
Yeah.
Oh, Scowen got a bit out of there. Lucky he kept
Oh, he's going to go for it. Oh. Almost had the go for that one. He's been turned. Shipley has been turned by Scowen. Oh. Oh.
Yeah, definitely going to get a time penalty for that, I feel.
Just unfortunate. He there was like heaps of overlap going through the corner, but then all of a sudden that overlap just came to nothing and just saw it at the last minute, and around goes Shipley, unfortunately. As we go back to the front here, we have a big battle here, and Scowen's just kind of picking up the pieces. Belton is going for a move.
Belton very late on the brakes in comparison.
Very late. Scowen is going to stick it in there, though, and he gets it done.
Bit of drifting there, I think.
Yeah, I think either my connection must be suffering a bit, or it's this CPU warning I'm getting.
Yeah,
But,
I think when you get the CPU, I think everyone goes in tandem drifting style.
Yeah,
So-
that's pretty much what seems to be happening here. What I might do for a moment is I will run off of what you're watching for the main stream while I try and fix what I can in the background. Give me a moment.
That, I will say though, that is amazing viewer, just seeing all of those cars go sideways. It makes for great viewing.
Oh, definitely. It looks like they're professional drifters, eh?
Yeah, it's like Formula Drift.
Oh, here we go. We've got a bit of a battle here between Park and Taylor. And looks
Taylor's
like Belton
just
has
gone a
got-
bit wide there.
Oh,
Scowen's.
Yeah, something's happened there. It definitely looked like he
I
lost
think-
it at the last corner.
Oh, and he's really slowing down. Has he got a bit of suspension damage, maybe?
We'll soon find out. I'm just not sure how to go on board here. Hang on, I'll get on board in a second and have a look.
Oh, never mind. He's just gone into the back of Taylor. That's his second incident of today. Oh, I really hope he can get his act together, because yeah, he's not going to be the most liked person in the field right now.
I think we've done a commentator's curse on him because he's did so well in his first race.
Oh, absolutely.
This looks like a little bit of a battle pack here. 3 of them together within a second.
Oh, here we go. So, well, we got a lap car in front.
And we've got a lap car. It's all the stuff you want.
Oh, and he's gotten himself out of the way. That's very considerate. And we got Jim Park, really aggressive over the curbs there. I'm surprised he got that arrested and under control. But yeah, 3-way battle here. DeLuca, Shipley, and Park all in a massive battle here.
Big train and Hughes, it looks like he just moved up.
Shipley's going
Shipley
a
has the
big
big
time.
ones.
And he
Get that
gets it done.
under control really well. Those brakes held on really well. No brake lock-ups or anything. So.
Fantastic. What a move.
Yeah, definitely some good driving here with this battle.
Absolutely. Shipley's really showing some maturity there, despite the L plate on his car.
We might have to upgrade him to P plates after this.
Yeah, we'll get him to red P plates. We'll get him to do his driving test. I'm sure he'll pass.
Looks like Scowen had a little bit of an incident or an off by the looks of it. He'll just be behind that pack then.
Yeah, he's just not having the most consistent of races. He's normally tries to keep it on the straight and narrow. And as we're talking about the straight and narrow, Shipley is
Wow.
there possibly, and DeLuca's just gone backwards straight into the pit wall, and Scowen gets taken out as well. Oh,
Yeah, it looks like there might have been a bit of connection issues.
There was
the two.
definitely some connection issues going on there,
oh,
which is a
That's a shame.
massive shame.
absolute shame. DeLuca was having such a great run up in 7th.
Yeah, just showing what he has. He definitely has the speed and consistency to be out higher. Just yeah, it's just a shame that he's had another incident during the race.
Yeah, as we see here. Oh, Jim Parks just had a moment. I don't know where he's gone. He was just in front of Adam Taylor there.
There he is. Something's happened.
I think he's. Oh wow.
I think he's had a connection issue here.
Oh my god.
Nade, it's hard to tell. Basically, we'll look at the incidents
Holy
after the
moly.
race and apply penalties where they are applicable, if applicable at all.
Do you want to have a look at our screen for a second?
Jim Park is
let's have a look.
absolutely just he's ripping it up.
Oh,
Those,
yeah, okay.
but anyway, back to the main block. As you can see, Jim Park is turning into a spinning top right there.
I don't think it's time for be playing Beyblades, no?
No, there's
Let
definitely
Beyblade-
something not right going on there. But he definitely let it rip. That's where you were going,
Let it
wasn't it,
rip,
Daniel?
yeah.
Yeah, we got a battle for third here.
I was just about to say, Beyblade, let it rip! Yeah, oh, we've got Najee, whoa! Getting out of the way last second there, and good battle between Shipley and Taylor here. Taylor's got the inside line, and he takes the corner up to 6th place.
And while all that was happening, Sharp is in the lead.
Whoa, Brady,
He's
Brady
thrown it
Sharp
up
in the lead.
there, yeah.
Well, there we go. He's closed the gap down to Taylor there, and he must have just completely missed the pass for lead there. But if anything, if previous form is anything to go by, I reckon he'll just gently scoot away with this win.
Hey, there's still another 10 laps to go. Could have safety cars or anything to throw up, so it's not over until the fat lady sings, as they say.
Absolutely, as Murray Walker has said before, anything can happen in Formula One, and it usually does. That was terrible. I'm sorry.
Don't know if you got the voice spot on, but
Nah, that's why I said it's terrible.
oh, looks like he just had a little bit of a moment there, Gillespie.
Gillespie, oh, he's gone a little wide. But he is miles ahead of Belton right now, so any mistake he makes should be recoverable.
Definitely, he's in the top 5, so that's where you want to be. So Shipley looks like he's going to be catching the other Taylor.
Yeah. Isn't there like 3 Taylors in this field?
Looks like we've got 2 on there tonight. I think
2
we
on here
might be
tonight,
missing
yeah.
1.
Yeah, we've got 2. We're
Nathan
missing
Taylor.
one.
Yeah, I think it's Nathan Taylor.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was here last week and last round, I should say. And yeah, saying it was something about a penalty. I'm just reading the chat now. That's not a
Yeah.
penalty for Shipley, right? Yeah, it's bit of lag.
Yeah, it's what I was saying earlier is we're not going to know just yet. It's one thing to see things happen, play out live, but then it's another to go back and look at them with a fine-tooth comb after all the racing is done, and then penalise appropriately if necessary.
Agreed.
Want to have a battle going for ninth here. Looks like Taylor's just starting to eke out that gap a bit to Shipley, so he might have a bit of damage on that car, Shipley, I'd say.
Especially with taking a few lag spike hits, they're never fun.
Definitely not. I caught one last week and it wasn't very nice.
Yeah. Yeah. I had a few at Sydney Motorsport Park, but it is what it is.
Yeah, that's the life of a sim racer, isn't it?
It is. It is what it is. That's all you can say.
Very true.
Speaking of Denzel's quotes, we see him again just formula drifting it through the last corner there.
Yeah, I'm trying to sort out my CPU usage. Bizarre, I've never really had it happen, but I was saying before we started, I've got a million things open up on my computer right now, so it's probably not helping.
Yeah, that would definitely not be helping the cause.
No.
As we can see, Denzel very deep into turn one. He gets it turned around, really going for that double apex there for the first corner.
It does help sometimes with obviously traction, and you kind of eke out that 2/10 you lost by going the tight line. You kind of eke that out as you get down towards turn 3 or 4 or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, you definitely get that extra run going into turn 3 and 4 by going just a little bit wide out of turn, going deeper into turn 1, getting on the power early.
Deactivated.
And yeah, it definitely helps out some drivers. I was even experimenting with that.
Look at that. Najee has missed his drive-through and had been disqualified from the race.
Oh.
Oh,
Interesting. Yeah, there he goes. Surprising to see.
very. Rarely ever see a disqualification in this series.
It's usually only happens when someone isn't aware that they've been given a drive-through.
Yeah, shame. He was doing very well in the first race, staying inside the top 10 when he could, keeping it on the road when he could, and yeah, he'll bounce back for the next race where it counts, the feature race.
Yeah, as we can see, Sharp is just eking out that lead at the moment. So
Absolutely. As I said before, I I didn't know if I was gonna curse him or not, but he definitely has a good stranglehold here. As we see Josh Hughes very close to getting up the inside there of Shipley, and giving his bumper definitely a bit of Morse code there.
yeah, probably just trying to get the L plater out of the way.
Yeah.
I think he's on the Sunday drive saying, I don't want an L plater in my way on the freeway.
Absolutely. As we can see, Hughes definitely maximizing the corner exit here. It's got a good run. Shipley's pretty defenseless when it comes to this, and he took a bit of a tight line coming out of the exit there.
We have seen him well under the brakes. He has got that car set up really good for brakes, so he might be able to come back, but he lets him go. That's probably the smart move. He doesn't want to lose any more positions. Just try to stick with Hughes and get the points he can get.
Stick with Hughes and wait and see what those super softs do if they last.
I did notice. Yeah. He might have taken a... I wasn't sure. He might have taken a pit stop midway through the race. So right now, Hughes is possibly looking to get make up for as much lost time as he can.
Possibly, yeah.
We'll have another battle for 5th as well. Taylor is catching Bilton.
Ooh, here we go. I think
We'll get both of those up on screen now.
They both look like they're getting pretty close with the time. Belton just did a little bit, probably a tenth quicker that lap, so they are both in the same time times, so
As we see how Fazari and DeLuca are going around the final corner, see if Fazari can have a bit of a run. As my CPU decides it wants to use everything it's got again.
just might have to find out what app is actually chewing up the most.
Yeah, there's something chewing on everything at the moment. I'll see what I can find out in the background.
As we're talking about that, Taylor is right on the bumper of him now.
Yeah, Taylor's made up a lot of ground on Belton. Just tucking into the slipstream there. Is he going to try and move into turn one? Oh, he fakes left and he has a think. He has a big think. And Belton had to drive in his mirrors for a little bit there, but he keeps the place.
For some reason as well, that's not showing on that other screen. Oh, well, big send at the last corner there, as we can see on the stream.
Yep. I have a feeling I know one of the things, and I'm going to rectify it now. It means we lose this, unfortunately, but I can fix that by putting this on and moving it over here. It's not quite as pretty, but it gives the same information.
Oh, was it the double screen?
I've got a few things set up for when we are using the double screen, for it to pull data from the live timing tracker, but I have to have the internet browser window up for it to pull that. And it seems as though trying to make it pull that is chewing up nearly 15% of my CPU. Getting rid of it has eliminated that, but it's also eliminated the screen for the time being. I'll have to look into it for future races, see if there's a better way to do it.
That's alright, we're watching the same battle at the moment anyway, so...
Yeah, for the time being, if anything of interest is noteworthy, let me know, and I'll flick to it.
A lot of guys at the back is all spread out pretty much. I've just noticed we have an OnlyFans sponsor on here.
Interesting. And also, you know, up front, great job for Denzel Taylor and Adam Taylor? Is it Adam Taylor?
Adam Taylor, yes.
Yes. Both the Taylors in the top 5.
Some family love there.
We'll see how long that lasts for, though. Belton's certainly having a sniff at Adam.
We'll see if Belton can put a counter attack on Taylor, because Taylor has just made the pass on Belton a lap or two ago for P5. So we'll see what Belton has in return.
And Hughes is making it look like those Supercars are lasting, so I'm not too sure when he actually pitted for them, but he's done a pretty good job with those.
Oh, absolutely. And I was going to say, if there was a few more laps in the race, then I wouldn't put it against Hughes to keep going. As did he just go off circuit?
Yeah.
No, he didn't.
Yeah, he probably lost 3 seconds there, actually. He was only 2 seconds behind, now he's 5, so...
I was going to say, if there was a few more laps, then, and depending on how fresh his super softs feel, I wouldn't have put it against him to challenge these two for 5th place for sure.
He definitely loves to race close, so...
Oh, yeah. But, as you can see, rounding the final corner, Brody Sharp once again with... Oh, actually, no, it was Jenko's with the win last time. But he takes the win comfortably over Denzel Taylor. 8.7 seconds the margin.
and that's his third win of the season. So
He is in red hot form and definitely showing why he's leading the championship right now. Jenko's in third. With a big gap back to Joe Gillespie here. But once again, a very, very solid drive from Joe Gillespie. He puts it in P4.
and Taylor in P5.
Rounding out the top 5, there's a Mustang. You love to see it. Belton P6. Joshua Hughes coming now over the start finish line for P7. And we have Shipley rounding out the top 8. There we go. And then Cosmoricus for P9, and Fazari's already past the line for P10.
Definitely a lot more action in that race. A bit more battling, a bit more chaos, but great to watch and some good driving by the boys.
Absolutely. Yeah, we saw a lot of close battles there. A lot of racing room given. You always love to see it. And Brody Sharp just absolutely tearing it up right now on the drag strip. Wonder if he's going to give us a little bit of a donut. And he just stops and goes back to pits. Fair enough. You've done your part.
Definitely a good race to watch. They're showing that they're getting quicker and more consistent. There was a bit more battling and some mistakes, but that comes with how much you push. So,
And absolutely, considering this is Super 2, where these guys are still getting to grips with these supercars, still very, very impressive, especially around the front.
Certainly doing a good job of it, that's for sure.
Absolutely. Could not agree more.
It's all round. Well, while we wait for everything to flick over for race 3, we will go back to the standings video. We'll be back with you very shortly.
Yeah.
And here we are for race 3 for tonight. We'll hopefully have a bit going on. Let me
Yeah, absolutely.
try
That
and
last race
grab.
was...
There we go.
Yeah, there we go. So that last race was very entertaining, I must say. Especially, and a lot of good battles starting to develop as well. As we see...
Yeah, definitely. We're missing one car on the grid. Not too sure when he's going to pop in. He might pop in the next couple of seconds. And I think we definitely need to get Daniel to do more impressions. We might get him to do Batman if Batman wins today.
Very sure about that. Oh, hang on. As we come to lights, 6 lights are on. And we are away and racing. And it is a brilliant start once again by Brody Sharp. And they all pile into turn 1. As we can see, they're coming 3 abreast now. And Brody Sharp has just absolutely blitzed them on the start. But we're going to get a bit of congestion in the middle there. As we see, there's Fazari. He's gone back into the field. And he's taken, I think that's Cosmoricus, or not?
Najee.
Sorry, Najee, my bad. The 2 shell cars, just not sure. Getting mixed up all the time, running 2 similar livery.
Yeah, Mr. Faz is not having best of luck at that turn 1. That's 3 from 3 at the moment, so...
Oh, absolutely. He's just not having the best of times. We see Angus Wells here.
Yeah, he looks like he might have cut the track at before the hairpin there. He looks like he's just letting people go at the moment.
Yeah.
That's right, there's only so many times you can do that before the game will kick you in the pants for it. So any advantage gained from doing so will basically, yeah, there we go. The game is kicking him for it. He's now losing all of those positions because he didn't go through the sector marker. So despite being on track just in front of Gillespie there, he's officially not in that position.
Yeah, he's officially lost his lap there. Which is a bit unfortunate because he might have just outbraked himself, gone through the grass, and just forgot to. I believe there's like a little bit of a slither. Yeah, you can get back on.
Yeah, there was a big announcement. So there's a big concrete strip that runs the length of that hairpin section. As long as you go to the right-hand side of that before it starts, you'll go through the marker point. The announcement was made and everyone was shown where it is, so if you decide to go straight on there instead, that's pretty much entirely on you, unfortunately.
Yeah. What can you do about that?
Looks like Wells is battling these guys, which is unfortunate because the guys in front of him are getting away.
Yeah.
As you can see there's Byron going for a big dive down round the outside, I should say. Oh, he's going to pick up a bit of grass, and he is off into the weeds. Unfortunate, absolutely unfortunate.
Is Shipley a good driver from our opinion? So far he's shown a lot of promise, so I wouldn't say he's... I would say he's a perfectly fine driver, yeah.
Yeah, from my opinion, I've seen a lot of definitely a lot of potential in this guy. Especially the way he battles. He does give space. You know, he's very opportunistic as well. You always love to see that in a driver. And as you can see here, he's looking again to Melton there. I think he was going to have a bit of a go, as we see. Gillespie definitely under pressure here. He's got to get... And it is such a shame, honestly, because starting from pole, big expectations were put onto him for the rest of this weekend. Getting that pole, you know, was his first pole in Supercars, and yeah, it's kind of just gone pear-shaped a bit as the racing has gone on. But we have a really good battle pack here for 6th place. Jim Park, it's better be watching these mirrors. Scowen looks to have a go.
He's certainly got his work cut out for him. He's got these 4 guys ready to pounce in case he makes a mistake.
And they're all hungry to make an impression on this championship. They want to see their name up there, so they're all going to make a move when they get a chance.
Oh, absolutely.
And he's gone. He's gone. Park. He's off.
Oh man, what is with our commentators' curses? Just that's 3 times in a row. Oh my god. Oh, Smith. Very, very, very close to making some contact there. Park just getting it back on the road. Bit of grip differential from the grass to the tarmac, and ooh, that could have been an absolute disaster.
Then he's going to be definitely getting promoted here. He's moved up into 6 now, just under a second advantage. So if he can get a move on and start catching 5th, might see some good battles coming up.
Absolutely, and let me guys remind you that we're only at lap 6 of 49, so we still have a very, very big chunk of the race to go. And if we've got 6 more laps of this and then 6 more laps of all that action, then wow, we're in for a hell of a race, guys.
Definitely.
So we'd see McDaniel getting into trouble again, and that's Belton again. He's facing the wrong way. Oh,
he's definitely not having a good run in this main race here.
Ah, man, and there was so much he was showing real genuine pace through the first 2 sprint races, and yeah, just a few unlucky incidents, and now he's just found himself in a difficult spot right now. Let's see what he can do when the cycle of pit stops happen.
Yeah, he just has to make sure he gets in his head, make sure he's not overthinking the situation. Get it in there, get back on the road, and get it going back to what he was doing before.
Absolutely. There's still heaps of opportunity to salvage a top 10 from here. As we can see,
Hughes and DeLuca has had an accident at turn 1. They're back on the road now, but they've lost a little bit of time.
Yeah, I caught a lot of that. It's a very unfortunate situation. They were very close by.
As you can see, DeLuca letting Hughes by, so bit of unfortunate coming together from then. As we switch to the top 5 here, as we see it.
Yep.
Jenko.
Yep.
Must have sent it a bit too much into turn 1 there, and he's just lost 1, 2, 3 positions now. Oh.
And we're back into it. I just had a brief word from the race directors to sort out a couple of things, but we're back now.
Absolutely, and it looks like we are still... Looks like everyone has behaved themselves by the looks of things. As you can see, Byron was looking a little wide there, but I feel as though he's gathered it up.
Yeah, the closest battle looks like at the moment is between the two Taylors on track. That's probably the closest one I can see at the moment.
There's one much closer coming into turn 1 between Hughes and Nagy right now.
Oh, yep, I can see that. Look at that.
Oh, unfortunately,
that one.
Nagy sends it a bit deep. Unfortunately, a bit late on the brakes.
Yep. Well, the only thing he won there was outbraking Hughes there.
Yeah.
And he's binned it in the background.
It's unfortunate. I wonder if it's another case of those super softs screaming at him after 10 laps of absolute punishment.
Yeah, I was about to make a comment on Taylor choosing the super softs for the first stint. Perhaps he might be going for a two-stop strategy. But
Either
we
that,
will
or
find out.
maybe he's got a little bit of a secret weapon in the softs up his sleeve for later. Maybe he's just going to try and push these, but be careful on them. He's got a decent gap behind him. He might not necessarily challenge Dens too hard, but who knows? Like, you could be right. Maybe he is looking at a two-stop.
Well, he definitely, if he pits now, he should have used 40 litres. They need about 40 litres in the pit stop to get him home. So he definitely can do it for one stop. Just all depend on how he is with the softs.
Yeah.
But it's going to be hard. Yeah, sorry, you go.
No, I was going to say, like, it's now getting to a point where the tyres are... They're about to be past their use-by date. On a longer track, they definitely don't last 12 laps, that's for sure.
Yeah, he's definitely done it the opposite way I would have done it. He would have wanted the fast tyre at the end, but he might have just thought, get some positions off the start, get up there, get into clean air. Only issue is he's going to be pitting a lot earlier than people, and he's going to be in more of a battle during the mid part of the race.
But we'll stick with him in the meantime, though. Scowen's looking like he's about to have a crack at Dan Jankos.
Yeah, they are really close on track too, which is good to see. Looks like Jankos just hasn't got back up to his speed he was showing at the start of the race. Looks like he's kind of just flattened out, probably a bit worried about pushing the car as hard as he was.
Yeah, it's just a bit of wind has just gotten out of his sails there. After that turn going wide and one, and speaking of losing positions, that was
it's a double car at the moment.
Gannon, I believe, possibly. Anyways, as I was saying, so he's just kind of lost a bit of confidence in the car, possibly. So hopefully, with these a fresh set of boots, a bit of fuel in the car, and hopefully he'll get back to where he is.
Where he was, we should say.
Where he was, yeah.
Certainly showing a lot of pace and strength in the first two races. Maybe it's just a case that he's playing a strategy game. It's not about the outright stupid pace that some of the other guys are doing and pushing too hard and wearing yourself out. He's probably trying to make these tyres last so he can get the most out of them. Whether or not that's what's happening, I can't say for sure, but I feel like it's certainly an option. Like a lot of the guys in your races last weekend were running very long on those softs just to try and come in with, sort of 10 laps to go, throw a set of supers on and make the most out of that last little stint. Maybe he's going for something similar, but just not really showing as much pace as he usually has, but purely for the sake of keeping those tyres alive.
Had a big moment there from, I believe that was Nagy.
He almost took out Taylor there, so that was really close call.
Very, very close call, but they both gathered it up just at the last second there, and Taylor is able to... Adam Taylor, I should say, is able to fight on.
It doesn't matter which one it is, they're both up against one another at the moment, so flick to either of them and it won't matter.
We're gonna be tailing Taylor in either position, so
And Taylor is coming up to Taylor, and Taylor takes the position on Taylor.
That won't get confusing at all.
Oh, Taylor's making a real run on Taylor. And he's making a real race of Taylor.
Get that video game announcer chat where there's a massive pause between each couple of words.
Yeah, it's just like...
And
now
it's
we see a battle
Taylor.
with
and Schumacher.
Yeah.
Michael Schumacher.
And Michael Schumacher.
And Michael Schumacher. And Williams #1. And Mika Hakkinen. If anyone who's played F1 97, you know exactly what I'm talking about. And Gillespie has had a spin, and he's gonna have another one. Oh, what a shame.
Oh, that's rough.
I have a feeling someone might have been involved there.
Well, we could have gotten a helping hand there. As he lights it up on the grass, gets it back on the tarmac, and he's right to go again. And now we have Taylor on the back of Taylor, looking to take Taylor.
We do have Jim Park making inroads towards Cameron Smith.
What a legend Cameron Smith is.
Absolutely. You can see, ooh, is Parker.
He might have a run.
Yeah, I think he might have a run. You just let him,
Oh,
let him go.
Smith, no!
Smith throws it in the grass and gives Parky. Gives
Just
Parky
got
the
caught
spot.
up on that curb.
It's a shame.
Oh, it looks like
See,
Byron
there's-
as well.
Byron and Gillespie just
Taking
ahead.
advantage.
Yeah, these two.
Yeah, Byron's got him.
And he's got him. That was real easy for him. And Byron gets a bit of sideways action coming out of turn 4. And, well, basically rubbing salt into the wounds of Gillespie there. Now
Yeah,
showing absolutely no mercy.
It just doesn't look like he's got in the rhythm this race. He's just been out of sync.
Yeah, definitely. That spin did not help him one bit.
McDaniel is off again. He's just parking there waiting for the cars to go past, which is a good choice, and he's going back to the pits.
Really fair enough.
Probably not a bad decision, to be honest. He was in a bit of an awkward situation.
Yeah, for sure.
We got
It's gonna be a
sort
bit of a
of
battle for
two
fourth as
battles.
well.
Yeah,
Oh, Najee's better.
they're all sort of at that 6 or 7 tenths mark.
Yeah,
so-
Najee just got held up us going a bit.
Okay.
Yeah, he definitely not letting him go. Yeah, definitely should be getting told blue flags.
Absolutely.
If Najee's on Centrelink, mate, he might not get that payment this week.
As you can see, I think Scowen and Taylor has gone into the pits here.
Yeah,
So I believe
our first round of pit stops is coming in.
first round of pit stops, and he's on lap 17 now. So I'd say he's definitely on a 2-stop.
He might depend. If he gets these softs on, he can make it to the end.
Oh, absolutely. We'll see when he ducks out of the pits now. What's he on? He's on a set of drum
Softs.
roll.
As
You
Gillespie
should
makes
see
the
it.
move on Byron through turn 1.
It looks like they're going to be playing tit for tat there.
Yeah, I think these two are going to be spending all night having a crack at one another.
Don't know if that was a word to use there. Sorry,
And,
maybe that's just my thoughts.
No.
Seeing in the stream chat there, go for my man Park. Yeah, P8. If he could stay inside the top 10, that's definitely definitely deserves a cookie there.
Yeah.
Naji has...
Yeah, he's thrown the towel in, unfortunately.
So we've had a few white flags thrown by some of the boys.
Yeah, a couple of them decided they've had enough for the night. Which is unfortunate. They haven't quite been around enough to classify yet. I believe you're looking at the 35 lap mark for this race before points classification kicks in.
Yeah.
But, you know, sometimes these things happen and you've just got to step away from it.
Yeah, exactly. There's been a few... I can definitely say there's been a few moments where you just think nothing's going your way, and yeah, you just feel like it sometimes just becomes not fun anymore, and you do have those moments where you're just like
You're talking to the guy that doesn't race anymore for that exact reason.
Yeah. Especially these cars. These cars can be an absolute redacted at times.
Yeah, they're a handful to say the least. Super rewarding when you get it right, but an absolute nightmare to drive at other times.
Absolutely. And I feel for these newcomers coming in. They are... Can I just say...
Park is off.
Park, I was literally just talking about these newcomers. They are doing supremely well to even keep these monsters on the track. But it looks like Park is doing a bit of rallycross, just showing the rallycross capabilities of these cars.
I think Park was mostly just trying to keep it out of the way of the other tailor as he approached. But now he's got to be careful. His tyres are going to be filthy.
Going to have a battle for third here, by the looks of it. They're
Third,
getting
you
closer
say?
and closer.
Ah, yes.
Yes, and Scowen going about 3/10 faster on that lap over Jenkos. So he's definitely got him in his sights, and he's going to look to get a pass done.
Yeah, young Zach's certainly been putting the work in, that's for sure. He's always looking for what he can do to improve. He's always putting in a monster effort with his laps, doing what he can to basically secure that next big thing for himself.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, seeing where he was about 12 months ago when he first entered AKV8s, this is a basically night and day compared to what he was when he started. He's doing... You put the two performances together and you'd be thinking to yourself, is that the same driver? So, yeah. Onwards and upwards from Scowen there.
Looks like we're going to have a Hughes catching up to Park as well.
Yes, we'll see if either of these drivers can make it to their pit stops. As we see, I believe that's Gannon again, taking a bit of an alternate route there through the last sector.
It's good that he's letting him go, but that's good. He's just focusing on himself at the moment, getting himself up to speed, which is what we want to see.
And that's what you need to do for these small races, for these Super 2 races. When you're just starting out, you mainly just want to run your own race, and if you can do that, then you'll feel, you set a few goals to try and get to the end of this race, and yeah, because when you think about it, 49 laps of Darwin is a big task.
Definitely, it's not the easiest track to get your grips around, and these guys are going pretty well for the amount of time they've had on it. So
absolutely, some main grid guys, like we forget that some of these guys are just starting out. So especially you got guys that are fast straight out the box, like Brody Sharp, Jenkos, and even Gillespie as well, as he just gets a little bit of grass on his tires and he's off there. But he's just started driving these things, and I must say, like, he seems to be near upwards near the top 5, knocking on the door of top 5s, definitely consistently getting to the top 10s, and yeah, huge credit to these new guys coming in. I'll say though, I'm very, very impressed with Belton. I haven't seen his name anywhere in the Supercars series, but
Yeah, this is his first race with us. So
yeah, definitely showing raw pace straight out the box. Just if he can minimize those mistakes, he would be on for like top 10 straight away.
I see that the sponsors reached out to him between race 1 and now. He managed to get a paint job on. Or more importantly, I managed to download the liveries and install them between race 2 and race 3. Professional broadcasters. Nothing
Up
but the
the
best.
Nosey, you say.
Up the nosy, yeah, go Scowen. Get into it, buddy.
Scowen actually got a podium in this series. You guys remember?
Not yet, no, because he started with us last season when we didn't have a Super 2 grid.
Yep.
His pace certainly wasn't quite there for a podium last season, but he's putting the work in, making a lot of good effort.
Absolutely, and we're definitely seeing his practice bearing fruit here. As a bit of a mistake from Jenkos, and that puts Scowen right at the back of Jenkos here. He might be going for a move.
He might be able to, because Jenkos seems to be getting a little bit wobbly on corner exit here and there. As I say that, and they shift up a little bit earlier so that they're not getting slippery. Doing the right thing.
Absolutely. I mean, I do that a lot. I short shift quite a bit, so yeah, it's definitely a strategy that works very well when you're saving tires.
Just throttle control. It's all about throttle control.
Definitely.
Throttle control and yeah, just kind of see, I'm the kind of guy that just uses a little bit less brain capacity when I go through the races, so the less I can, you know, focus on throttle control. Like, I've done enough throttle control being in the Mustang for 4 seasons, so yeah, I'm kind of over throttle control, but enough rambling. We have a battle for 5th place going on here.
Someone's got the day wrong here. It's actually Sunday.
Yeah, I know.
It is 9 o'clock, but
Yeah, yeah, it's not 9 o'clock on a Saturday, so no Piano Man. The usual crowd did not stumble in.
Did not stumble in.
Don't quote the sacred texts. I was there when they were written.
Sing us a song, Stu. Who is Axnarchus 97? I don't know.
I'm assuming it's somebody that somebody from the crowd, somebody that's familiar with AK and who we are.
First thing he was saying to get me out of the commentary box. Now he wants me to sing. Make up your mind, bud.
Yeah, get off the fence. Josh Hughes.
He's going to fall one way like Humpty Dumpty.
Nope. Josh Hughes has made the pass on Chayton Byron while Chayton comes in for a pit stop. Dan Sim Racing, thank you for the follow.
Sign for us. Sing for us. Who told you that I could sing?
I've heard you sing.
Jesus Christ. Oh, yeah. The North Lane stuff.
Yeah.
I thought you might have got a bit tipsy one night on Discord, mate.
No.
I put it in music chats.
Joe Gillespie's making inroads on Cooper Shipley here.
Yeah, Steph.
Yeah, that's That's
So who I
definitely
am.
probably the closest battle, and there's
I'm guessing Walsh. Scuzz. I'm guessing you're Walsh.
Yeah.
You're some kind of fan.
All right. Yeah. It's gotta
yeah,
be,
we go.
Yeah,
There
there
we go.
some Westie.
Oh.
So-
Don't say that to him. He'll ask for your shoes.
Mate, it's alright. We're from the same place. It's alright. I'm allowed to say it.
Oh my god, I put you on 10 toes, bruv. Oh god, don't get me ripped up on my
Nah.
don't get me ripped up on my West accent, bro. My Libar accent.
Oh yeah, here we go.
Don't tempt me, bro. I'm trying to keep it PG for you, kids out there. The 3 of you watching.
It's not particularly family friendly. That's not necessarily the intent, but keeping it relevant, I guess, is ideal.
Just looking at the chat. Give me your tits and a VL turbo. Yeah, you kinda want the deals to sound like this.
Oh, Gillespie's hooped it coming into pits, unfortunately.
Oh yeah. Definitely done that.
Oh well, it's as good a place to do it as any. You can get everything fixed up.
Hey, into the wall for good measure.
We're trying to gain viewers. We're trying to gain viewers.
So has Gillespie come in and done a tyre change, or has he just done a drive-through? I'm assuming maybe just a drive-through. I don't have my relevant apps up to show what the deal is with that sort of thing at the moment.
Could possibly have Austin powered the pits.
It looked like he was gonna need to have.
Unfortunately, his race has definitely gone pear-shaped there as he goes wide going into turn 4.
Oh, you
Good
call
thing
that
to watch
4 as
out for
well.
is- Good thing is, once all these other front runners have their pit stops, we're going to be watching Taylor versus Taylor again. So
Oh, true.
that is something to watch out for in the coming laps.
I wonder if Mr. Denz has come in yet.
No, he's been pretty consistent. He hasn't really lost too much time to Charles, probably a second or two, but he's been pretty consistent, so which is good to see.
Yeah, we're on lap 30 now, and I don't believe the top 3 have pitted.
Definitely not, and we've got the top 4 there. They're all pretty close. So
I believe the only pit stop we've seen from the top guys is Adam Taylor.
Yeah.
So
did anyone else? Was DeLuca on the softs or super softs this race? I can't remember that.
I cannot remember, but maybe Adam Taylor is just running the strat where he runs in clean air for most of the race. Done his super soft stint, and then just come into the pits for for softs, I should say. And
thanks, Westy, mate. Thanks for the info.
DeLuca hasn't pitted.
that's
Yeah, I was just thanking the Westy to let us know.
Yeah, at least the Westie's been good for something. Anyway, as we go to... as we see a DeLuca go into the pits. Speaking
Look
of
at
which...
that. Commentators on the money there. We talk about pits and he's pitting.
As does Hughes, who
as
comes
does
out
Hughes,
on
I think-
super softs.
I think we're going to see a flurry of pit stops here from the top guys.
Yeah, that super softs move is going to be interesting from Hughes.
Yeah, he might be alright. I would have probably held out a few more laps, but
Yeah, like
he's going to be touch and go at the end.
He's definitely got a good, looking at 17 laps.
Yeah, 17 laps till the end there on super softs. I tell you what, if they can manage that, then
Good on
yeah,
him.
they'll definitely be doing better than what I can manage. I think I can only manage like 16 maybe about 15 laps before the thing just starts sliding around uncontrollably. Oh, don't you worry, Bullet. I understood that completely. Yeah. Walsh, when you start at my work, or first you got to do work experience, dude. But yeah, once you start with me, I won't. I'm not going to do you any favors, that's for sure. As we see, Scowen and Jenkos, there we go. So now we have Sharp, Taylor, and Scowen and Jenkos in the pits.
Yeah, I think Taylor's lost a bit of ground here, to be honest, unless they're going to be in the pit for a bit. But he's definitely had a mistake somewhere.
Be interesting to see how they go. So Denz comes out on super softs, which is again a bold move. Scowen's looking at putting himself on the board for laps led +1.
Yeah, Taylor's definitely had an incident here. That's Adam, I should say. He's lost a lot of ground, so he might have thrown away a podium.
That's possible. He's certainly not where he should be, as Gillespie's in the grass.
But he could have had a lot of traffic in between that, so that's probably why he has lost a lot of ground too.
See if Scowen brings it in for his stop yet, or if he wants to. No, he's bringing it in.
Yep. I think that's probably the smartest move for him to do.
As Adam Taylor's having a good hard look at Shipley.
Yeah, I just saw that battle just happening there, and yeah, Taylor's definitely got the pace on Shipley. Believe the last lap he was about 4/10 quicker. That last lap, so definitely got the pace advantage, but we'll see coming into the final corner. Can Taylor get a better exit? He gets up on the curb and slides it around, typical Mustang fashion, and Shipley is able to scoot away just for one more lap. As we can see, Brody Sharp, hats off to him. He has driven a near perfect race.
Certainly doing well. He's got nearly 7 seconds behind him to Denz, so he's held on to most of that gap that he had.
Adam's looking at Shipley at the moment, so
Yeah.
they're right into it.
Bit of a move around the outside, and it does not make it stick, but he must stay patient. There is a big opportunity coming into turn 1 if he takes it.
I definitely seen you do that last weekend, mate, around the outside a few times.
Yeah. Go round the outside, round the outside.
Yeah, I don't know. I was watching. I was like, he's done it. I was just sitting there watching it, and definitely could tell you had a lot of confidence in that setup out there.
Oh yeah. Under brakes, definitely the not only the car but also these Husingfeld pedals that I got. Oh, there's a big incident. Oh, and Taylor gathers it up extremely well. I have no idea how they don't make contact there.
And they're still battling.
They're still at it.
They're still going. Shipley's just done a bit of driving in the mirrors there and not focusing on his exit. Might have spun the tires, and Taylor's right on him, coming round the outside, going into turn 5, and nothing doing. But he's going to try the crisscross move. His car's not positioned the best, but Shipley will have to take a bit of a compromised line. That will give Taylor a nice run coming into the final section here. And if Taylor can get a nice move to the inside, oh, Shipley got a little bit wide. And Taylor is gonna try his best to get a good exit there. There we go. Definitely in the slipstream here, within 2/10 of Shipley, so definitely a little bit of slipstream action going on.
Looks like he might be running a lot higher wing because he's not really getting that slipstream effect like we would expect him to do.
As we see Shipley close the door on Taylor, very confident under brakes, and yeah, Shipley just not blinking. Very mature driving from the L plater there. That is something that you do not hear every day, let me tell you.
He's gonna send it.
every other
gonna have a
opportunity
go.
into this corner, Shipley's had the inside, so I was wondering if that was going to work then.
Yeah, Taylor just not risking it. He's really needs to, if he's gonna go for a move, he really needs to commit harder and stick it. As Shipley's just gonna cut him off every single time.
You reckon he should stick it? You reckon just full send?
Oh, absolutely. As you can see here, he gets a much better run. Well, he's much closer.
Oh,
and Shipley
Shipley's
dives
decided
it into
to
the
pit.
pits.
Yeah. Right, I didn't even realise he had the pit still.
Oh well,
Bit of an
in
odd
that
one,
case,
is he? I didn't even realize he still needed a pit. If he's done 36 laps on these softs, then wowee, no wonder he was getting pressured by Taylor. And wow, he's done very, very well to keep him behind.
Looks like Byron and Parker. Oh, yep, you're onto it.
yep. Park seems to be floating in and out of that 0.6 to a second range.
God, I'm just reading the chat. I am getting absolutely.
You are. That's not
I'm
fair.
getting a roasting, guys.
Leave
Come
Scuzzy
on.
Yeah,
You're
I
lucky
read that
she
earlier.
performed for you bastards. Leave her alone. If you've been on YouTube in the mid 2000s, you know.
Yep.
You know.
Yeah, man, I just I saw that earlier and I'm like, I'm not going to comment.
Don't give it the justification it doesn't deserve.
Exactly, you know. People need to
I
mind
mean-
their own business, you know.
I mean, at least I'm getting some kind of recognition. While she's saying I'm better at commentating than driving. Lol, he was made for it. I don't know about that, man. I think I'm equally bad at both.
Ah, the self-deprecation has come in.
Yes.
Here it is.
Of course.
Gang,
Hey,
gang.
at least you're positive.
What?
At least you're positive about being bad.
Says the guy who comes from last to 10th. Yeah. No, 5th. Yeah, true. I wasn't last. I was like 14th, maybe. But I got lucky during that race.
We'll give you a round of applause, all right?
As we were saying earlier, a top 5 is definitely nothing to sneeze at. It's always a good place to be. Good goal to have.
Exactly. With how competitive all this lead. Oh, hang on, someone's. Looks like there's been an incident here.
Nah, your leaderboard is probably just wigging out. That's the one issue with this AC tower is sometimes it shits itself. And
Oh
it
no,
looks
someone
like
actually spun out. Someone did spin out.
Ah, okay.
Missed the whole thing. I didn't know who it was. Or...
Ah,
I had a bit of a spinner.
Yeah,
Possibly.
Spinneroonie.
I was gonna say Spinneroonie, but I thought to be like pronto Spinella. I missed that just meme F1 meme like recap.
the undisputed king, and I will die on this hill, the undisputed king of F1 meme recaps, Dutcher44 on YouTube, has released a new video on the pre-season meme review, and it is phenomenal.
Hey, Park is gone.
Yep.
He's gone home by the looks of it.
Certainly
Call him
put it
ET
in the
because
fire
he's
there.
definitely call him ET because he's definitely phoning home there. Just gone off into the weeds.
I think he jumped on that bicycle and went to the moon.
On to buy a VL Turbo. Well, I mean, he's in Darwin. Look, they might have VL Turbos in Darwin. I don't know. TNs.
Oh, yeah.
Surely you know what
yeah.
TNs are.
Oh, I was gonna say they are a shoe. Yeah, okay.
They're a horrible looking shoe.
You need to have a Nautica shirt on too.
Yeah, exactly.
And really,
Why
really,
not?
Have a,
really
you have to have a
short,
bum bag as well.
really short champion shorts.
and then you have to walk around with a skip.
Yeah, walk around with a skip. Oh shit.
And be like, and every 2 seconds just be like, hey, bruh.
And while we're talking about that, I think, on my leaderboard is definitely.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I was saying before. Sometimes this leaderboard just has a minute and it tries to figure out what the hell's going on. Can't quite manage it.
Oh, okay, bruh. Can I have a tea, bruh? Okay, bruh. I do that once in a while.
Yeah, I was about to say, you do it too well. Were you and HA back in the day?
What do you mean back in the day?
I mean, Shire Boy definitely can't be an HA. That's just
yeah, they're too rich for that.
It's too they're too rich and they got other problems. Like literally trying to explain why the Shire isn't such a bad place to live.
Yeah, if you do anyone want to know what the Shire's like, just look up $1.80.
Oh mate, you can find my latest ringtone on my iPhone. Will you do it? Yeah. But we have to basically justify why the Shire was not a representation. That TV show wasn't a representation of how the Shire is, because it was dog shit. It got canned within like 3 episodes because it was just horrible. So yeah.
Yeah, there's not many battles going on at the moment.
There's not a lot, as the conversation would suggest.
That's why we are rambling along.
Yeah.
Talking about the Shire.
Once Fazari comes out of the pits, there might be something going on, but we'll see.
Yeah,
That said,
field's just a little bit spread out right now.
We're
But
looking at 7 or 8 laps to go.
we can always do the awkward pauses for those like those AI generated commentators for those old like motorsport games. Just be like, "Hello there, welcome to the Darwin Grand Prix. We have Sharp in first, and we have Taylor in second. we have Jenkos in third."
You do a lot of impressions, see?
You just
Everyone
change.
getting their impressions.
You just change the inflection a tiny little bit after every pause.
Yeah,
Scott says,
ASMR.
Oh shit.
Oh, don't tempt me. Don't tell me. So here we are. We're just running through the field now, and we have Brody Sharp just having an absolute beautiful race right here. That just sounds so weird. I can't do ASMR.
Yeah,
Getting me
And
getting me
Denzel Taylor.
excited, mate.
Denzel Taylor coming into turn 1. Keeps a nice medium line around that corner.
You can definitely see he's been racing hard for that line.
Alright, yeah, it's devolving a bit too much now.
Yeah, the group stream.
Isn't that
Viewer count's going down. Viewer count's going down. Stop. Abort.
Oh, stop. This is but that's literally like what every general chat just devolves into. Like anytime there's a long conversation, it's just always Matthew comes in and he just always wants to know about people's dads.
Yeah, this is fair. This is very true. How do you think I feel being a dad?
Some people like daddies.
Matthew's one of them. There we go. What did I say? Fazari would come out of the pits and something exciting might happen.
Aaron, I am so sorry. You have to go through this.
We get a curb cam on last corner exit.
I don't think that's the first time.
We are working on a curb cam. We were talking about that earlier. It's in the works. I don't know how long it'll be before it happens, but certainly looking into doing it on the track mods, having a curb cam and then maybe a good cam that's static that covers most of T1 for race starts. I feel like that'd be great.
Oh, there's been an incident.
Been an incident.
Yeah, the 2 back guys, Gannon,
yeah.
And one of the Mustangs.
And Cosmo Ricas.
Ah.
Yep. Mr. Bill, mate. I'm
Cosmaritas.
not gonna say.
Yeah.
You gotta say the Greeks. The Greeks say it right. It's Cosmarikas.
Mate, the only thing I can say right is I'm from the West, alright?
Battle for
Yeah,
P2 is on. Battle for P2 is
Hey.
on. Jankos is less than a second.
Someone just had a little spin.
That was Fazari. He's gotten back onto the track now, getting rid of all the grass he developed. But we have a battle here, and
Yeah,
Jankos
Jankos is
absolutely
actually showing some
flying.
speed.
I wonder if our man Denz has made a bit of a mistake at some point and lost a bunch of that time that he had, because he was holding on to 6 or 7 seconds worth of gap.
Oh, absolutely. He may have made a mistake, but as he says, it is what it is.
Yeah,
And he'll
this is
move on.
true. Denz did switch to the supers at, I think, in the late 30s, lap count wise.
Yeah, but but he's only lost a second since the pit stop, so he's not showing too bad a speed. I think it's just Jankos is just flying.
Jankos is just going to monster him soon, you reckon?
Yeah. Yeah, Jankos has just found his groove,
Yeah.
and you can definitely see by his driving, he's absolutely in control, in full control. Only about what about lap 46?
Yeah, so he's got a few laps to get this done, and I think he doesn't need a few laps. He's all over the back of him.
So we can see Taylor taking a bit of a defensive line going into turn 1. That's going to compromise him going with a big run to turn 4. Jankos is all over the back of his rear wing there. He's going to maybe go for a move here. Oh, he's going for it. He's made the space. And Jankos has... Oh, the job isn't done yet.
No, it's not over.
Oh, and Taylor gets track position. But Jankos can have a really nice run out of the tight hairpin.
Shaggy and Chad is right. Denz is a absolute masterclass of defensive driving. But whether or not he can hold on to it is the question. He can make that car wide as hell and do it tidily, but it's just a matter of time. I think I'd love to say that Denz will hold on to this, but
if he can, and this is an absolute minister of defense. If he holds on to this will be an absolute minister of defense class here. As we see Jankos going round the outside, Taylor brakes very early, and Jankos sticks it. Gone around.
He's definitely lost that front right. You can tell around the back end of the track. He just couldn't push it as hard.
No.
And
Jankos definitely had the run and the slipstream down that main straight, which just made it probably a bit too easy.
Denzel Perez, I don't believe so, as in the end he did make that a very, very easy, but still Jankos with the confidence to go round the outside of turn 1 there. Superb driving there, and I think he's actually gaining on Brody Sharp here.
Yeah, but I think he's done it a bit too late. I think 7 seconds is a big call for a few laps.
7 seconds in, what, 2 laps? I'm not sure that's going to happen. I mean, a man can dream, but...
Yeah. I will say, though, if he carries this form on to the next round at the bend, then you can see Jankos, as he puts in a 106.9. Very, very good pace there, right at the end of the race. Low fuel. You know, those tires, those softs can last almost a race distance. It's they're quite durable. It's just when you go to change them is the real.
And then you've got to switch your new tires on and make them start working.
Exactly. Yeah, they do take a few laps to come into to come on.
Here we go. We got Park as well. Boy, and he just sent it.
Tried to put it in the inside, but he put it in the inside of the other car.
I'm just looking back on the stream there, and yeah, Park was definitely trying to go for a gap that no longer existed.
I don't think the gap was there, to be honest, but You know, it is all about learning in this series, and they are learning how to get these cars working. So,
as we see Scowen getting very, very sideways out of there, but on the final lap now, Brody Sharp
Final lap. Let's watch from Brody Sharp's perspective.
getting a little bit sideways coming out of turn 4, but he's got this one in the bag. He's had this in the bag since pretty much lap 1. And yeah, he's definitely backed off here. He's just taking it easy. Lost like half a second through one sector, but it doesn't really matter. He's just got to... Yep, as you can see, he's just taking it easy. Round the final corner. And
Send it
Sharp
home.
makes it. That's it. Sharp makes it 2 out of 3 for Darwin. As he takes the win. And you know he's going to light those
Two
tires up.
burnouts there. Is he going to drive? Okay, he's driving back into pit lane backwards. Okay, sure.
Oh no, he's going to take the rallycross jump, I think.
Okay.
Oh, he knows. He knows.
He knows what's
And
up.
we missed Jenkos and Taylor taking 2nd and 3rd. 2 very, very good drives from those two. And we see like a
effort everywhere there.
absolutely, and we see a big, big gap back to Zach Scowen there. Still 4th place for Zach Scowen. Great effort. We have Adam Taylor just passing by now. 5th place for him. Excellent debut for that guy. For Adam Taylor. Fantastic.
I didn't even know about this little track on the outside.
Yeah. Wait for it, 'cause it's just about to get a whole lot
A lot more
spicier.
interesting. Speaking of which, we'll have a look.
Oh. As you can see, there's the jump right there.
Oh wow, okay. Yep, I didn't even know that.
Here he comes and sends it to Nadia. Does he get it back onto the track?
Assetto courses physics are astounding sometimes, aren't they?
Fantastic, aren't they?
Car gets airborne and the game just goes, I don't reckon. Hey, let's just drop it right where it is. Gravity's too strong. But yeah, congratulations to Brody Sharp for taking out 2 out of 3 wins tonight. I hope you've all enjoyed yourselves. Big thank you to James Delaney and Daniel Cicluna for joining me tonight. We will see you, I believe next stream will be Wednesday Cup, coming up on Wednesday for the I think it's the final round of the series before it flicks over to the next one. But enjoy your night all.
I can actually just say, yeah, thanks for having me, guys. Yeah,
Most
I
welcome.
know this is a bit
Thanks for
late
coming.
notice, but yeah, thank you
So
guys.
Put a bit of excitement into things.